So good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Robertson, Municipal Health Officer of EPIL. So I volunteered kasi tahimik yung mga kasama ko sa group. I volunteered to report on the output of Group 1. So actually, no, we have 22 to 23 participants in our breakout room. So mahirap talaga. Actually, I've been siguro I have several trainings on counseling, motivational interviewing, pero until now, nahihirapan pa rin ako. Tinitingnan ko yung mga statement ni Ma'am Ivy. Mahirap talaga siya. So anyway, this is the output of Group 1. So we have parang na-breakdown siya into several types of reflection. So first is we have the simple reflection wherein the statement of the client is, I don't plan to quit shooting up anytime soon. So our group came up with the different statement for coming from a counselor. So 1, 2, and 3, but 2 and 3 are the most voted upon. So I'll just mention that one is if the client was stating, I don't plan to quit shooting up anytime soon, one of our group mate, parang sinabi niya counselor is, you don't see yourself quitting earlier, or maybe the second statement is you don't plan to quit shooting up anytime soon. So, or the third one is I see you are not ready to quit. So, yun yung na-come up namin na statement based on the statement of the client. So, the next one is we have the second statement wherein the patient is angry and stating, I wouldn't be in the situation if my wife hadn't stupidly called my boss. So some of the counselor statement coming from my group mates stated, number one, you wouldn't be in this situation if your wife hadn't stupidly called your boss. Or number two is, are you angry with your wife because you are here today? Or number three statement, you are angry with your wife for having you to face this situation. Or the fourth statement that we came up is, so you're thinking your wife is the reason for this situation. So yun yung mga statement ng isang counselor na na-come up namin in our group in a reflective statement to the statement of the client. So the third one is the amplified reflection, wherein the client statement was, you have to realize that I have been with the same group of friends for over 10 years. I've known them longer than I've known my wife. So the counselor, our counselor statement came up where you mean your friends are more important than your wife, or the second, and then there is a reply from the client which stated, no, I didn't mean that my family is really important to me. Then we have the last one, the double-sided reflection, where the client statement was, my family means everything to me. And a counselor statement, we came up with the following. One, your family is important to you, but at the same time, you value your friends equally. Or the second statement is, you value your wife. On the other hand, you cannot leave your friends. So I think that that were the output of the Group 1, and we are glad that Miss Ivy is really here to guide. So actually, meron siyang mga binigay pa sa amin, like, remember when you say if it is a reflective statement, sometimes it almost always start with, so you feel, what I hear is that you're wondering if, or it sounds like, so sometimes because you are reflecting the statement of the client. So yun yung mga ano ni Ma'am Ivy, yung mga output ni Ma'am Ivy, which is, alam namin pumapasok sa utak namin, pero alam ko mahirap pa rin siya i-execute in the future with our client. But practice makes perfect. No one is perfect, so why practice? Anyway, that's the report of Group 1. Thank you and good morning, everyone.
Thank you so much, Doc Verzon. Thank you so much for volunteering. Ayan. So, Alan, bigyan mo naman kami ng palakpak kasi ikaw yung expert in clapping. Meron ka bang suggestion na clap habang nagsa-stop share ako at habang nag-share ang group 2, group ni Luna? Meron ka bang suggested palakpak na pwede natin gawin together? Nawala ba si Alan? Alan, come back.
Ay, hello, sorry ha. Naghahanap ako ng reporter kasi. Sorry.
Okay lang.
Ano po yung nais ninyo?
Bigyan mo naman kami ng clap na we can do together, na embodiment, emoji clap. Para
Sige po.
Yeah.
Sige po. Sige po. Para po sa group ho nila Ivy, pwede ho natin silang bigyan ng salamat clap. Okay? So, 3 palakpak, salamat, and flying kiss. Okay? So, sabay-sabay po tayo, ha? Sige po. Salamat clap. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Salamat.
Salamat.
Salamat. Salamat.
Thank you.
Over to you, Luna, for Group 2 affirmation.
Ayan. So, para sa group po namin, ang binolunteer ng buong grupo ay si Doc Bobby. Siya ang
Of
mag-report.
course. Anyway, thank you, Luna. Okay. So for our group, we've been tasked to come up with 5 affirmations. We came up with 6, I think. So initially, the group members were participatory naman. But initially we were a bit lost. So Luna guided us na some of us kasi veered into doing a dialogue na of parang probing into the content of the session. Pero yun nga, Luna guided us back that we were only tasked with coming up with 5 affirmations for the patient. So we came up with the following in chronological order, parang may storya to from beginning of the session to the closing. So first of all, is that statement number 1, it's good to see you today. How can I help you? So nag-open na rin ng door to start the session. And then number 2, it's good that you have an insight on what Robert is thinking. Robert, as a backgrounder here, is the husband or the partner who thinks that the client Frank is drinking too much. Then number 3, I am grateful that you are open to share all your thoughts with me. And then statement number 4, it's not always easy to disclose or tell other people your relationship problems. And then may dinagdag dito, hindi natin nasulat ni Luna kasi some group members felt that parang dapat meron ding isa man lang na affirmation about the patient having a plan coming from himself on how to deal with this difficulty. So patterned after the example sa taas na it's good that, saan nga yun? Luna, can you scroll up yun? That's a good suggestion. So parang as a counterpart, we suggested that yes, that's a good plan that you have. It's good that you have a plan. So yun yung para daw mas kompleto, yung meron din sa gitna. And then number 5, you have been very brave to be so open about this. And then lastly, sa closing nung session, it's good, Frank, that you have a plan. Nilagay na pala ni Luna ron, sorry. It's good that we have accomplished a lot in such a short amount of time. So yun po. Thank you.
Salamat, Doc Bobby. Lagi kang reporter pag magkasama tayo.
I don't know nga bakit ako eh.
Doc Bobby, maganda yung last na suggestion ninyo. It's good that you have a plan. We have accomplished a lot in a short amount of time. Not only as an affirmation statement, but also to close the loop.
Yeah.
So, it's almost like an ending summary siya. So, yes, I agree with you. Challenging itong activity na to at maganda talaga na may tuloy-tuloy na dialogue. But for the sake of demonstration, we wanted to get a feel lang of what it's like to give affirmation because it's one of the techniques na the client feels seen and heard. And so it naturally encourages them to open up to you. Yeah.
Thank you, Ma'am Ivy.
Salamat. Magpasalamat clap din tayo sa group ni Doc Bobby, nila Luna Group 2. So, sabay-sabay. 1, 2, 3, go. 1,
1, 2, 3.
Salamat.
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 Group 3, over to you, to Dr. Kate's group na binigyan
Yes.
masyadong items. Oh my gosh, Doc Kate.
So for group 3, I would like to commend our reporter, si Patrick, and then ang aming documenter, si Sir Michael, dahil ako ay technologically incapacitated ngayon. Tinulungan nila ako. So, and lahat naman ng group namin ay nag-participate. So, thank you. And over to you, Patrick. Ayan, kita ka na namin, Pat.
Hello po. Good morning po sa lahat. Bali yung activity namin sa may mga list kami ng close-ended questions na mag-iisip kami ng mga pwedeng alternative na makapag-elaborate pa yung patient. Bali gagawin naming open-ended question yung closed. Bali yung number 1, wait lang. Doon sa number 1, example, so you're here because you are concerned about your use of alcohol, correct? Bali ang group namin naisip na yung question na yon gawing what are your concern regarding alcohol intake? Bali doon pa lang, bali pag sinabi mo yung question na yon, hindi siya answerable by yes or no. Makapagkwento yung patient. Mas maraming information ka na makukuha sa pag-uusap nyo. Tapos, iba pang question ay, you said you have concern on your alcohol intake. What are these? Ayun, yun. Bali sa number 2, how many children do you have? Bali, for open-ended question, ang naisip namin, can you tell me about your children? Do you have a family? Ayun. Di ba mas okay siya kasi mas parang may encourage mo yung client na magkwento sa kung mas magkwento sa buhay niya. Ayun. Tapos number 3, do you agree that it would be a good idea for you to go through detoxification? Ang naisip namin, what are your thoughts on detoxification? Do you have any idea about detoxification? At saka yung last, yung how would you describe your experience in detoxification? Bali doon pa lang sa mga sets of questions na yon, makakapagkwento talaga yung pasyente, hindi siya answerable by yes or no. Then, number 4, on a typical day, how much marijuana do you smoke? Tapos sa mga naisip namin questions, how often do you smoke marijuana? Could you tell me why you use marijuana? Dami. Since when are you taking marijuana? How dissatisfied are you with using this? Tapos, what are the effects of marijuana? Can you elaborate? At tapos yung last, what pushes you to do marijuana? Then yung last, yung pang-limang question, did your doctor tell you to quit smoking? Tapos yung mga naisip namin, open-ended question, what keeps you from quitting smoking? What is your thought of quitting smoking? And then yung last, madami pala siya. How do you plan to quit smoking? Tapos yung iba pa, do you already have options when you quit smoking? Tapos how might this change the way you do in quitting smoking? Tapos yung last, what makes you quit smoking? Then yung next questions, bali madami siya eh. Wait lang po, number 6. Um, how has your drug use wait lang, hindi it. How has your drug use this week compared with last week? More or less about the same. Tapos yung open-ended question, how have your drug use changed recently? Then yung next, how would this fit into your everyday life? Then number 7, do you think you use amphetamines too often? Then open-ended question, can you tell me more about your amphetamine use? Then number 8, yung close-ended question, how long did you have your last drink? Tapos open-ended question, can you tell me regarding your alcohol intake? Then, ayun. Bali dun sa mga namin, masyado kasi maraming questions eh. Bali yung pinaka thoughts doon, i-encourage mo magkwento yung pasyente. Hindi yung wag kang iwasang magtanong ng mga close-ended questions, yung mga answerable by yes or no. Yun. Yun lang po, ma'am.
Thanks, Patrick. Over to you, Ivy.
Salamat, Doc Kate. Salamat, Patrick. And Group 3, so gusto kong balikan yung, I think, item number 5, yung advantages and disadvantages ba yun of marijuana use. I hope I'm remembering it correctly. Ay, hindi pala. Saan yung, meron siyang advantages and disadvantages at importanteng matanong yon kasi minsan pag nagbibigay ng information or psychoeducation, yung mga disadvantages lang yung nasasabi. Pero may nagiging coping mechanism kasi ang pag-use ng substances kasi there's pleasure to it. Ang context nito ay, kung napansin niyo, it's heavy in substance use because ang MI talaga, traditionally, ginagamit talaga siya for substance use intervention. Tapos, mahahaba kasi ang intake forms for substance use intervention. So, the way to somehow generate or elicit behavior change without having to go through 11 pages of intake form is to apply MI as a method of counseling. So, maraming salamat, Patrick and Doc Kate. Okay, so let's give them a clap. So, 1, 2, 3. So, 1, 2, 3. Salamat.
Salamat.
Salamat. Alan, ikaw ba ay nakahanap ng reporter? Kasi pwede naman tayong mag-read along, tayong dalawa kung walang reporter.
Ay, thank you so much. Meron naman po nag-volunteer na maging reporter po ng Group 4 po.
Very good, salamat.
Ayan. Sige po, maraming salamat po. Again, good morning everyone. Sa Group 4 po, ang aming pong naging kwentuhan sa naging discussion po ng grupo ay yung usapin po ng pag-initiate ng pag-inom po ng ARV. So ito po yung aming napag-usapang tema. Dalawa po yung kliyenteng na-identify ho ng team para po dito ho na irerespondehan nila tungkol ho sa kanilang usapin tungkol sa ARV. Yung una ho, isang kliyente na siya po ay MSM, tapos yung pangalawa ho ay trans client po. So, i-welcome po natin yung magiging reporter po ng Group 4, si Ma'am Charo Pereya po. Ma'am Charo.
Good morning po sa lahat. Good morning po.
Yes po, good morning.
Yung napili po namin topic is about initiation po ng ARV. So, the group po started to give inputs po regarding sa usual na start counselor na questions. So yung una pong tanong ni counselor is, how do you feel sa pag-initiate mo ng ARV mo? May doubts ka ba? And sa isang client na MSM, yung possible na sagot niya is, natatakot po ako sa posibleng side effects kasi yung kakilala ko nung nag-take siya ng ARV ay palaging masama ang pakiramdam niya, palagi siyang nahihilo, baka po kasi lalong lumala ang sitwasyon ko. Baka pag nalaman ng iba o ng mga kamag-anak ko ay baka maapektuhan din sila. And dun sa trans naman na client, yung usual na concern ko is baka po maapektuhan ang pag-inom ko ng hormones with ARV. So, yung response po ni counselor is that na inexplain niya na lahat ng gamot ay may side effect. Sa ARV ay may side effect din, tulad ng pagkahilo, sakit ng tiyan, at kung ano-ano pa. Pag tumagal o lumilipas ang araw ay mawawala din ito once na mag-adjust na ang iyong katawan. Iba-iba po ang maaaring side effects ng gamot sa isang tao. Maari iba sa kanya at sa iyo ay iba din. Depende. So, hindi na po kami, kinulang po kami sa oras. So, yung last na po na nakapag-respond is kahit si trans client na panandalian muna nating ito pa pala yung response para kay trans client is panandalian muna nating itigil ang hormones mo at i-prioritize natin ang pag-inom ng ARV mo. Once okay na, pakiramdam mo at may improvement na, ay maaari nang pagsabayin ang pag-inom mo ng hormones and ARV. Yung conversation po namin ay medyo bitin po para makapag-discuss po, but we used open-ended questions na rin po para ma-explore yung concerns ni client, and then we also affirmed na yes, may side effects po yung gamot, but also explained that the side effects will not last long, and depende po if kung ano yung mafe-feel nilang side effects. Yun lang po, kinulang po kami sa oras.
Okay, maraming salamat po, Ma'am Charo.
Salamat, Ma'am Charo. Alan, pwede bang pa-scroll down? Tapos basahin lang natin yung remember box natin, our reminders. So, ang ask, tell, ask ay ask client about experiences, questions, concerns, gives clients information, communicates with clients on their own level, encourages equal partnership. Ang encourages equal partnership, very much related siya doon sa open-ended questions. Tapos kaya siya ask, tell, ask kasi instead of simply giving information, nagtatanong muna tayo para malaman natin kung ano ba ang existing knowledge ng client, kung meron bang misconception, may opportunity to correct. But then it's very collaborative. So ito yung ask, tell, ask is one of the techniques that's very obvious when it comes to guiding the client. So maraming salamat, Ma'am Charo. Let's all give them salamat clap. 1, 2, 3, salamat.
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 Next group ni Rad. Over to you, Rad.
Thank you. Okay, share ko lang ang screen.
Feel free to type your questions in the chat box para later sa Q&A masagot ko sila.
Yeah. Actually, ang task is that it's about Luna, paki-share yung yung sa group namin. Sorry. By the way, ang pipresent nung kanilang output is si Doc Hill. Naituro ko kasi siya. There you go. Thank you, Luna. So this one naman is about recognizing when clients talk about change. At the same time, identifying kung ano yung mga sharing niya na would be reflective of a sustained talk. It's like nagbibigay siya ng rason or dahilan para yung kanyang commitment or yung kanyang talk about change hindi mangyari. And then, yung second part ng task was that given certain situations, they will try to formulate commitment statement. So yun yung dalawang part. Sige, Doc Gil, over to you.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me po?
Yes.
Hi, good morning. I'm Dr. Gil from Courage Care Philippines. And so I was chosen by this group to present our output, Group 5. So Group 5, again, as Sir Rad mentioned, we were tasked to recognize when clients talk about change. So we were given a 2-paragraph statement from our client whom we wanted to identify which of those statements referred to change and which statements referred to sustaining his current behavior, his current activities. So let me just read quickly what that client shared with us. So client said, I know I need to start going to the gym, even though it's kind of expensive. I've noticed that I've gained a few pounds, and when I climb the stairs to my apartment, I'm often out of breath. I want to lose extra weight, and if I started working out, I could get back in shape. Plus, there are usually lots of cute guys at the gym. Maybe if I had a flatter belly, I would get more dates. The second paragraph goes, the problem is I only have time after work, and by then I'm usually so tired. All I want is to hang out on the sofa and watch TV. It's really hard to get my butt off the couch and go to the gym. I just don't think it's going to happen after a long day at the office. I'm willing to try adding some workouts on the weekend, and I even bought some cute gym clothes so that I'd look good at the gym. I know I'd meet more people if I were at the gym, but it is hard to make myself go, especially when I know it's going to hurt. So if you notice, this client had willingness to change. He had a lot of statements that he shared that he has the intention to change. He wanted to go to the gym, but there were also some statements that reflected that he had doubts. I think he had doubts about himself, I guess, as accepted in this statement. He said, all I want is to hang out on the sofa and watch TV. So it was a little bit conflicting, and our task was to identify which statements referred to change and which statements referred to sustained talk. So that was the first part of the discussion. And apologize, I wasn't able to listen to the second part, but basically the second part was to elicit talk about change. So we wanted to strengthen those statements that really focused on changing his behavior. And then, Sir Rad, can I see the other, the lower parts of the slide? I see. So yeah, I apologize. I wasn't able to listen to
Can you
this
see
part
it now?
anymore. Yes, yeah. Thank you, Sir Rad. Thank you. So we were also tasked to give commitment statements, and these were the statements that were given by the group. And then eventually time was up, and then we weren't able to share anymore. But basically, commitment statements that were shared by the group include one, I commit to hanging out with friends at least twice a week. And the second one is I will strictly follow the doctor's order for my treatment regimen. So basically that's it. We were not able to complete the discussion, but what we want to focus really is empowering the statement of changes given by the client, by our client. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc Gil, and thank you to Group 5 for participating. Back to you, Ivy.
Salamat, Doc Gil. Pwede ba akong mag-share screen ng super mabilis lang? And agree ako kay Doc Gil, no? The focus is to encourage the clients to open up. So meron tayong guide questions sa commitment statements dahil based on studies daw, nakakatulong talaga ang commitment statements when it comes to being consistent in creating change. So these are more guide questions. So for example, sa substance use disorder, what would help you strengthen your commitment to book a consultation with a rehab facility this week? So from there, pwede silang gumawa na ng kanilang commitment statement. Adherence, what would help you strengthen your commitment to take your meds. And there's a suggestion on a tool that you can use in 15 minutes. I already added it in our additional resources. So when you receive a copy of my slide deck, it's already there. Extreme stress in the workplace that's affecting someone's overall health. What would help you strengthen your commitment to book an appointment with your employee assistance program? So these are only suggestions. Marami pang pwedeng ibang diskarte. So salamat, and let's do our clap. 1, 2, 3. Salamat. Over to your Steven for group 6.
Hello, ayan. Let me just share screen. Ayan, ang aming pinili na reporter si Sir Janisha Chu. And we will be talking about dealing with resistance. Ayan. Sir Janisha, take it away, please.
Yes, good morning. I am James Chu. I'm representing Quirino Memorial and St. Luke's, Quezon City. Okay, so ang situation namin here is just the same, I think, with the group 5, no? We have a client who is overweight and wants to go to the gym. The purpose of going to the gym was to lose weight and to meet more friends and possible dates. Kaya lang, ang time niya for the gym is after work, and by that time, pagod na siya, no? And he just wants to sit it at home and watch TV. So yun ang situation namin. So ang tanong namin, in what way does your weight concern you? Or on one hand, you'll be able to lose more weight if you go to the gym, and on the other hand, you'll be tired. Or on one hand, if you do not go to the gym, you'll get heavier and get tired more easily, as well as you won't meet more new people. On the other hand, you will have more time to watch TV. Okay. The other suggestions by the group was, is the gym the only way to lose weight? No? So you're giving ideas on hindi gym lang ang magiging sagot ng gusto mong mangyari, no? Or what are your usual office tasks? Can you lose weight in your office mismo? Okay. What do you feel right now with regards to your weight? Or have you done weight management before? Okay. There are several ways to lose weight, not just in the gym. How do you know if it's going to hurt if you haven't tried it at all? Okay. Would it be possible that while you are still deciding to go to the gym, can you do something while watching TV and while sitting it out at the couch? Okay. You were saying that you want to go to the gym so that you can lose weight and you will see more people, but you were also saying that you can't go to the gym because you're already tired once you got home. That's why you can start going to the gym. Is going to the gym and meeting people really your only motivation to lose weight? How about watching TV and doing exercises? Okay. Since you are watching TV, why not switch to watch videos about exercises that you can do while watching TV? I know that this is very difficult for you, but can we be able to set a goal and do it one step at a time? So those are the statements coming from the group.
Thank you, sir. And yun nga, a few reminders while dealing with resistance is that resistance often stems from our fear of change. We use this when the client is defensive about change. When encountering resistance to change, don't confront it directly. Reframe it, and reflect it in a way that decreases resistance. Avoid arguing for change. Explore positive and negative consequences of change or continuing current behavior. Help the client explore the pros and cons of change and pros and cons of continuing the current behavior. And always remember to focus on the problem, not the client. Encountering resistance is a sign that you should shift your approach. Ayun lang. Thank you so much.
All right, let's all give Group 6 their salamat clap. 1, 2, 3, salamat.